Hello and a very warm welcome to Bharata First. You're watching UPSC Corner with me, frankrausanpereira. Since you're here, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share the video as well. Do subscribe to our newsletter to get some incisive content. The Bharata First team runs several quizzes. You can participate in them and improve your knowledge. If you like our content, please contribute to keep it alive. A small contribution that you make will be a giant leap for us to keep bringing you this content. Let me also take this opportunity to inform you about Bharata First Knowledge Center. It's an initiative that will help each one of you in your competitive exams and transform the way you learn. Go to kc.bharatafirst.com for more details and register now. Experience a whole new way of gaining knowledge. Hundreds are already reaping the benefits of the Knowledge Center. Don't be left behind. Don't miss out. Register right now, as there's so much more that we have to offer at the Knowledge Center. All this information, along with some must-see recommendations, are in the description of the video. Please go through it. Well, it's time to meet another young achiever in episode 3 of Toppers Talk. He is an intern at Bharata First who has done us all proud. He has cracked the UPSC CSE 2020 and secured the 252nd rank. Seeing him clear the exam makes me so happy and feels like we've been a big part of that journey. It is a pleasure to welcome on UPSC Corner Anirudh Gangavaram, who has cleared UPSC CSE 2020 and secured the 252nd rank, and he's worked really hard to get here. He's done everything and he's left no stone unturned to finally get here. He also reached out to me on several occasions to try and crack the exam, and it feels like, you know, I've been such a big part of Anirudh's journey, and it feels great. It feels like I too have cracked the toughest exam in the world. Anirudh, welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Namaskara, sir. Thank you so much.
So how has the journey been like, Anirudh, and what has been, how does it feel now to have cracked the UPSC CSE?
Sir, the major feeling that I'm experiencing right now is of relief. And right now it is contentment that I'm feeling after cracking this examination, which is consists of a lot of uncertainty and unpredictability.
What was the most uncertain part of this exam, do you think? What for you thought that, you know, after several rounds of preparation and after everything that you went through, you still felt was unexpected?
It must be the interview, sir.
The interview?
Yes, sir.
And how did that go?
So no question came from what I had read or what I had expected. While I had gone with the expectation to not have any expectations, it was a different experience altogether.
What did they ask you? What came out of this interaction?
So the first question which Vyas sir asked me was to talk about the real estate industry in Bangalore, which is nowhere connected to my DAF or my background. But we had an interesting discussion and follow-up questions about the real estate laws in the country and how real estate is to be governed in the future. After that, I had questions on waste management sector and how it can be improved, pharma. And the last set of questions consisted of taxation and how taxation can be improved in the country.
You spoke about, how it had nothing to do with your background. Why don't you give us a little bit about your background for those of our listeners and our viewers who are viewing this right now, so that they also can better understand where this is coming from?
Sir, I'm Anirudh R Gangavaram and I'm from Bangalore. So this was my second attempt at the exam and I cracked it this time with a rank of 252. I've been working in my family business since my graduation in Bachelor's in Business Administration in 2018 from Christ University. Along with that, I've also dabbled my experience in working in a startup, starting my own company, as well as right now interning with Bharata First.
Well, thank you for mentioning Bharata First as well. It was really a pleasure to have you on board. I know that you participated in several of the quizzes. I know you contributed immensely to all the quizzes and all the questions that we put forth on Bharata First as well. So thank you for your contribution and thank you for mentioning it too. And it's really a sense of pride. It's a sense of fulfillment really to see you where you are today, not because of anything else, because when I started on this journey and decided to take this path, I had a very comfortable job. To move away from that, to get into this with the vision of not making money, but the vision of trying to empower the youth. And I feel, like I've been that much a part of your journey and your development as well, and it feels good. So how has that been? We interacted earlier as well, Anirudh, and kudos to your courage to have reached out to me and said, what, Frank sir, I want to discuss this with you and I want to have some kind of a discussion with you. Did you expect a response?
I definitely did expect a response, or else I wouldn't have sent out the mail, sir. While the response came, albeit a little slowly, but it was a well-received response, and I got to have a session with you, which was, I believe, played a small contribution in my role, contribution for me reaching here today.
Wonderful. I'm glad. I'm so very glad, and I'm glad that you're going places. And this is just the beginning, Anirudh, and I know that you too know it. And this is something that I keep mentioning as well, time and again, that the final goal is something else, that is towards actually serving the people of this country and towards nation building. And I know that you will do that as you go along, because I've had quite a few interactions with you and I've seen that spark and I've seen that zeal in you. So what is something that is closest to your heart, Anirudh?
Closest to my heart would definitely be my mother, who has played an incredible role in me reaching this position today, from supporting me financially, physically, emotionally, and also mentally, because this exam process itself is very straining. And for her to play an important role in taking care of me emotionally was very close to my heart. And I feel, at least in a small way, I've repaid some of the debt that I owe to her in reaching this position.
I'm sure your mother will not look at it as a debt, and your mother will not look at it as an investment at all, but she'll look at it as her contributing to a part of her. You are nothing but a fractal of your mother, and that is what you're taking forward. And as far as issues, and there are so many things happening around us, Anirudh, so many big things that we want to change, so many big things that we want to do. As far as your interest area with regards to working for the betterment of the public, what would that be?
Right now, I expect to get into the Indian Revenue Service, and what change I can bring about, or what I can help to improve the society is, there are too many laws within the framework of law itself that cause complication with how businesses run, how people interact with business, and how businesses interact with the government. If I can play a small role in simplifying how businesses run in this country, I'd have done a good part for improving Bharata.
Wonderful. And talking about the IRS, of course, everyone aspires to be either an IAS officer or an IFS officer. That would be on top of the list. Would you look at bettering your rank going forward? Everyone does it. There's no harm. There's nothing wrong in doing it, because that's an option. That's your legal right, and you have the option of doing it. So, what's your focus going to be?
My first preference was the foreign service, and the second preference was IRS customs. So if I did not make it to the foreign service, I am very happy if I get into the customs service. There are two thoughts playing in my mind right now: to just be happy with customs or else write the exam. So it is still in an undecided, uncharted territory at the moment, sir. But I might write it in the future if things play right.
Here's my 2 pence to you. Go for it. Go for your first option, because only if you dream and only if you chase your dreams do they come true. God only helps those who want to help themselves. So I would suggest, and my recommendation would be, go for it. There is nothing wrong in it, and ensure that you pursue your dream and go after your first choice, because you have nothing to lose, because you've got what you wanted. You're just looking to get the best, and there's nothing wrong in looking for the best and aspiring for the best and bringing the best version of yourself. And I see you doing that. So my only suggestion and my recommendation to you would be to go for it. And sooner the better, because the moment you start giving it a little bit of a break, and the moment you start taking it slow, then the body and mind takes a lot more to get retuned and reaccustomed once again. So that could be an issue. But anyways, moving on from there now. So what was the kind of reaction at home? What was the kind of what was going on at home when you got your result and when you got to know that you cleared?
So the result was expected to come at around 6 p.m. on Friday, and it's almost been 1 week. So it was 6 p.m. on Friday, but the result was delayed, and my heart was pounding very much. So my mom was outside, and I was on a phone call with my mother saying that I'm waiting for the results. Please come back soon. But as soon as I opened a Telegram group, the results are already out. My heart started pounding faster. And I opened the result. I opened the PDF. Uh, Apparently, also termed as a holy PDF. I searched for my roll number, and my name was there. I think both of us heaved a sigh of relief, and my mom rushed her way back home. When I opened the door back, she just jumped in joy, and we hugged, and it was a very emotional moment for both of us.
Has life changed that much bit in the last 1 week?
Other than few calls from unknown friends and relatives, I don't think it's changed. I'm sleeping, I'm still helping my mom out, getting curds outside. So it's just a normal life.
So your mother is going to miss you quite a bit, Anirudh, once you go away for your training and once you go away to get into the service.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, yes.
And as far as the journey itself is concerned, who were your best friends? Best friends, I don't mean in terms of people, but I mean in terms of books, in terms of papers, or what was it that was always with you during your preparation journey?
So one would be the newspapers. So newspapers would provide the dynamic content which is not present in the books, which is all well written and is already part of the syllabus. So I used to read 2 to 3 newspapers on a daily basis. So Hindu and Indian Express articles would play an important role. And along with that, I started reading Live Mint for mains and interview because my optional was commerce. Other than that, second would be the books itself, which played an important role in building the foundation which is required. And finally, I think the closest people would be the friends who were there who helped me when I was emotionally down. My school friends who were there when through my thick and thin of the journey. Who, whenever I called, they should distract me with something else, talk to me about something else. Would try to tell that you have done much better than last year, not an issue, and push me to where I am today. If I had
Wonderful.
to add one more thing, sir, it would be the companionship of TV series or movies which should play an important role when I was eating my lunch or my dinner, or for me to relax my mind before again going back into the journey of study.
So it was not only all work, but there was some time to relax your mind and to take things off of work as well. And that is what has helped, hasn't it?
Definitely, sir. Without relaxation, I don't think any man can survive for a longer periods, especially in my case.
And let's talk about prelims now, because the prelims are around the corner and the entire UPSC community's aspirants community's focus is on the prelims. How did you go about, targeting the prelims? What was your strategy like? What did you do there for to clear the prelims?
The first important part of the prelims journey is the newspaper itself, which will help you understand what is happening around the world or in the country and from where questions can come about. Second would be the current affairs magazines, where each of them choose their own, and which helped me collect a compilation of current affairs. So I never made notes as such for current affairs, but the compilation itself acted as a notes in my journey. Third would be the number of mock tests I took. I would have easily solved around 90 to 100 tests, which would be around 9,000 to 10,000 questions, which helped me build my intuition of how to guess better, how to understand what is the question, what is the demand of the examiner or demand of the question, and helped me answer at least 90 to 95 questions in both my attempts. And finally, it is understanding oneself, understanding how the previous year questions have been set, because previous year questions act as a base as to what UPSC is demanding and UPSC thinks. And many times options from previous years are repeated itself as questions. And that helped me create a base and understanding what UPSC was looking for. And this helped me score very well in both my attempts of prelims.
And what about the mains? Was the strategy different? How did you go about that?
Sir, I would like to tell in my first attempt, I could not clear mains by a very long margin of around 80 marks. And this time I fortunately cleared my mains in the interview as well. So can I share both what I should have done and what I didn't do?
Please, please, please.
Yes. So in my first attempt, it was just the focus of books and trying to improve my content rather than the answer writing practice, which did not help me cross the hurdle of mains. In my second attempt, I started writing many mock tests, around 35 to 40 mock tests in both optional and general studies, which helped me cross the barrier. Third, it should be the newspaper again, which helps you build different perspectives, wherein you're looking for facts in prelims, you're looking for different perspectives, opinions, data on how the country is, how the country was, and how the country is going. I think this helped me build my own perspective to write better answers in the mains.
Wonderful. And as far as the interview is concerned, we've covered the prelims, we've covered the mains. Let's talk about the interview. Were you nervous going into the personality test itself? What was going through your mind?
Sir, while I did not have a complete 8 hour sleep, I slept for 5 to 6 hours on that day. I was trying to look positives on everything on that day. So the car AC was really good. It was a fine sunny day where it was not sweating, which is a very common thing that happens in Delhi. But on the interview day, I was very confident, feeling very cheerful, and that is how I entered the interview room. And I was very confident and smiling and cheerful throughout the interview. While the chairman did not make me sit for 1.5 minutes, I was just enjoying the moment and taking it all in.
Wonderful, wonderful, good. So it was the confidence, it was the positivity, and the joy of just being there, being one of among so many lakhs of people from around the country, just being there, that helped you go through it, and of course your own hard work as well. And finally, Anirudh, before I let you go, any words of advice that you'd like to give those who would like to follow in your footsteps, who are going to write the exam this year around? What would you like to say to them?
One would be to stick to the sources and not just multiple sources just because some new material is out or somebody recommends it. This standard sources should be suffice more than enough. 2 is to read the newspapers regularly. 3 is to read the previous year's questions and understand what UPSC is demanding. And lastly is to remain calm. So if one remains calm, they can easily crack any question which is out there, and they can get the best out of what is given to them.
Excellent, excellent. Anirudh, I wish you the very best. Thank you for being here and participating in this interaction. It was a pleasure to have you on the program today, and it is with a lot of pride and with a lot of satisfaction that I see your results as well, because I believe that it is the positivity that we brought through Bharata First and my own interactions too has helped you this much and will take you into the future and help you lead a positive life and indeed truly serve our motherland. Thank you so much, Anirudh, for being here and doing this.
Thank you so much, sir. And if I may add one thing I forgot about what friends are there. I think videos from channels such as RSTV, Bharata First, and other good YouTube channels out there, which helped me build my own perspectives, and I forgot to add. So I thank you so much for all that as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. All the very best, Anirudh. Wish you the very best and wish you all success in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Well, before I go, once again, let me remind you to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share the video as well so that more people get to know about Bharata First. Do subscribe to our newsletter to get some incisive content. The Bharata First team runs several quizzes. You can participate in them and improve your knowledge. If you like our content, please contribute to keep it alive. A small contribution that you make will be a giant leap for us to keep bringing you this content. Let me also take this opportunity to inform you about Bharata First Knowledge Center, an initiative that will help each one of you in your competitive exams and transform the way you learn. Go to kc.bharatafirst.com for more details. Experience a whole new way of gaining knowledge. Hundreds are already reaping the benefits of the Knowledge Center. Don't be left behind. Don't miss out. Register right now, as there's so much that we have to offer. All this information, along with some must-see recommendations, are in the description of the video. Please go through it. That's it from me. See you again next time.